What happens when the atmosphere of a home hasn't been established yet? I found out in the first few moments when I was moving into my new place. And let me tell you, it was not pretty. I'm Sarissa Latoy, the Dreamcaster, an author, seasoned interior designer, and mentor to Christian interior designers like you. This is the Weekday Refill, where we pause, center on God, and refill so that we can serve from overflow. My new apartment and the new office both seemed like just the right size until things came pouring in. And just like our clients, I got overwhelmed. Honestly, I panicked a little on the inside. I began to think to myself, is everything going to fit? Did I even have enough space for all of this? Like all of these boxes, all of the furniture was coming in. And it was really funny, right? Because I had laid out many floor plans and space plans for both the office and my home. And I was like, everything's going to fit beautifully, right? But then I started getting in furniture and then boxes and then like bags and other stuff. And it got to be a point during the move where the movers were like, where does this stack of boxes go in? Because they were just rolling in boxes on into my new apartment on the dolly, and it was like stacks and stacks of boxes. And at first everything was smooth. They talked about how good and organized I was, but by the end of it, I was over it. Do you hear what I'm saying? I didn't know where the boxes were going. And I was like, oh my God. And I was like, just put them anywhere. Just put them anywhere. And it was completely and utterly chaotic and overwhelming. But here's the thing. Once the panic passed, the settling in began. And that's when I realized something important. I realized the atmosphere hadn't been established yet. Nothing felt right in my home. It didn't feel like a home. I couldn't work in the office. I was having to go and work in the co-working space at my apartment. Nothing felt right, and I couldn't figure it out. As I said, the atmosphere hadn't been established yet. When atmosphere hasn't been established, it feels like everything's wrong, even if nothing's technically wrong. Nothing was technically wrong. I was moving. It was expected. But it felt so uncomfortable. This was a new home, a new office, a new season. But it also was a liminal place. The in-between. The old was behind me and the new wasn't fully formed, and nothing felt right in the middle. See, I was using a whole bunch of brain power trying to figure out what would go where and how, and doing that for two completely different spaces, for my office and for my home. And as I said, that was extremely overwhelming. And if you've moved before, I'm a military brat, so I have moved multiple times. And I went to college away from home, so I had multiple moves there as well later in life. And one of the things is true. Where something went in the old place is not where it's going to go in the new place. And you've got to think through it and figure out where it's going to go. And how is it going to work in that new place and space? And that's a lot of work. And you know what? That's exactly how our clients feel when they call us in. They're standing in the middle of the in-between. Their houses are in between, not serving them the way they need the house to serve them as individuals and as a family. And the place to where their house is allowing their family to function on all cylinders. And that's precisely, as I said, why they bring us in. As designers, we often ask when we're interviewing our clients, what kind of ambiance are you looking for in this space? Are you looking for something peaceful, energizing, relaxing, functional? But ambiance is more than design style. It's atmosphere. It's the undercurrent, the climate, the thing you can't always see, but you always feel. And here's the truth. Atmosphere doesn't set itself. It has to be established with intention, with discernment, and with wisdom. If we don't set it, something else will. And then, to be honest, our clients hire us to help us set the atmosphere in their home. They need help. And we are here to serve them because we've been called to do just that. And honestly, that's why this matters. It's not just for your clients, but also it matters for you. Because before we can ever shape the atmosphere for others, we have to practice shaping it in our own home. Like I did in my office and in my own apartment. So here's your action steps for today's weekly refill. Walk through your own home, not just to check and see how everything looks, because I'm sure that you have great taste and everything looks good. But you want to check in to see how everything feels. And write it down. How does each room feel to you? Not how it's decorated, but the climate. And then pick one action, just one, to begin shaping the atmosphere. Maybe it's cleaning the pile that's been stealing your peace. Maybe it's moving a chair to create a restful corner. Maybe it's simply praying over the room. Whatever it is, start with yourself. Establish atmosphere at home first. Trust me, this little practice will open your eyes to what you actually do as a designer. It's not just furniture. It's not just materials. It's not just finishes. This is ministry. Then you'll see more clearly the ministry that you bring into your home and into your client's home. And that's what's so important. It allows you to be able to begin to see the value that you bring as a called interior designer. If this hit for you, stay tuned to the full pour this week on the Weekday Refill series. We're unpacking atmosphere and discernment all week long. And I promise, you'll never look at your role as an interior designer the same again. Interior design is ministry, and you are called to serve. Design, serve, thrive. See you tomorrow.